And I used to walk around. It's hot. I wear shorts, a tank top, and I've been propositioned a couple times. And I have to like dangle my keys and like, I drove myself here. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, the podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. And as you know, this is a format where we elevate and celebrate the truckers that make our company go round and round, and we're so grateful to have them. They make our company what it is today, and of course, without them, it would not be possible to run Norton Transport. Now, I must confess, I'm slapping my hand because it's been so long since we've had a female driver on the show, and we have lots of women who drive trucks for Norton Transport, and that's my bad for not having one on for so long, and we are going to redeem ourselves tonight. We do have a female driver with us, and she's joining us from the road now, Jennyfer Estrada. Jennyfer, how are you?
I'm good and tired from a long day of driving.
I gotcha. I know you just pulled over. It's time to take your break. Tell us where you are.
I am right outside of Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
So Mineral Ridge, Ohio.
Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Now, where did you pick up?
I picked up yesterday in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Where's the drop point?
It's going to Discount, New York.
Discount, New York. Okay, I gotcha. And what kind of truck are you driving?
I'm driving a bus. School bus.
A school bus. Okay. Is it a small one or a large one or a?
It's a mid-size, but it's sitting up high, so I'm living my magic school bus childhood dream.
I gotcha. Now, Jennyfer, you're a non-CDL driver, right?
Correct.
But you can drive a manual.
Yes, sir.
I gotcha. Now, tell us what it's like. I mean, we were talking about this earlier before we started recording for the show. It's a challenge to find loads all the time being a non-CDL driver. How do you manage it? How do you do it?
I try to check the load board as much as I can. It's hard when, like, really good non-CDL loads get grouped in with a CDL load. By the time I stop to fuel or I stop for my break, that load is already gone because it got grouped or someone else took it. So it is a little bit of, first come, first serve. And, but I do end up getting really good runs when they are available.
It sounds like you're on a good one now.
I'm on a good one, and following this one, I have another good group. So after I drop this one off, I'm going to Virginia, picking up in Virginia, dropping off in North Carolina, picking up in the same spot, and taking that to Laredo, Texas.
Oh, that's a nice load plan.
Oh, yeah. It takes me right through home.
Okay. So Texas is home?
Yes, sir.
What part of Texas?
I live in Tyler area.
Okay.
So East Texas.
East Texas, gotcha. We were talking about, those loads, they get grouped together for efficiency, but it's going to favor the CDL driver when they get grouped together since they can take both, not just one. Have you thought about getting your CDL license?
Yes, I actually have my appointment to take my test on September 8th.
Have you been prepping for it?
I have. I do believe I'm going to have to take about 4 weeks off of work to go do a refresher because I do want all of the endorsements. I don't want to have any restrictions, so I want to be able to take the test on a manual truck. Okay.
Well, I guess you've had enough of missing out on those juicy grouped loads.
Yes. I like the long hauls.
Oh, yeah. All the drivers do. The long haul equals big money. Now, you've been with us just a short time, but you've been driving for longer than that. Tell us about how you got into driving at the beginning.
I did Lyft and Uber for about 5.5 years, and I was getting really tired of it, and I was kind of looking into what my next venture was going to be, and one day, it was probably the second to the last day that I ever did Uber, I had a passenger, and the name on the ride request didn't match my passenger. Turned out it was a dispatcher requesting a ride for a driver. So he gets in the car and he starts telling me about this job and about how he goes everywhere. He drives all kinds of trucks. He had just dropped off a pickup truck from a company out of Phoenix into Tucson, Arizona, and I was living in Tucson. And he was headed to grab a Greyhound so he could go pick up another truck in Phoenix. And he's telling me about everywhere he's been and how the company paid for everything. All he had to do was pick up the truck, drive it, and drop it off. And I got excited because I love driving. I love driving. My two passions in life are driving and cooking. And so I told him, where do I sign up? And he gave me his boss's number. I called his boss, and within about 3 or 4 days, I was hired.
Awesome.
And this was in 2022.
Gotcha. And you've been doing Driveaway ever since?
Yes.
Gotcha. Do you like it?
I love my job. Obviously, no job is perfect, but I really do love my job. I've gotten to go places where people pay thousands of dollars to visit. They have to plan months and months ahead to even fly to those places. I get paid to do that.
What's the coolest place you've been to?
There's quite a few. But I've been to Hershey theme park. I spent my birthday just last month in New York City. Went to Central Park and went to try the Lafayette Bakery in New York. That TikTok famous croissant donut. Yeah, and then I've been to that metal bean in Chicago. I did that the same week.
Cool. How was the donut?
The donut was delicious. I have a picture I can send you.
Okay. That's great. Now, you and I were talking about you get to see great places. You've been to great places, had great experiences, and you've had some comical experiences also on the road being a female driver. Tell us a little bit about that, where you had some, I guess, mistaken identity.
Yeah, so especially when I first started, now I know better. There's certain truck stops, and those that are familiar with the road know which ones I'm talking about. But there are some truck stops where there are plenty of what are called lot lizards. And I used to walk around. It's hot. I wear shorts, a tank top, and flip-flops or tennis shoes. And I've been propositioned a couple times. And I have to dangle my keys and be like, I drove myself here. Thank you very much. And the truckers usually apologize. Their tone changes. But in New Jersey, I had one guy. He saw me pull up. I saw him see me, so he was watching me pull up. I parked my truck. I got out. I went around, grabbed my suitcase from the passenger side, unloaded my stuff, walked inside because I was going to take a shower at the truck stop. And as I'm walking up to the door, he goes, "Where you coming from? Who'd you ride here with?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, Where you headed? You want to ride with me? Come on, I won't charge you for the ride. I said, I don't need a ride, thanks.
No, thank you.
Come on. He's like, how much you charge? I was like, honey, I drove myself here. And he's like, huh? I was like, I drove myself here. You just watched me get out of my truck, watched me unload my suitcase. Why would you think I want to ride with you when I drove myself here? I'm like, I can pull my own. Like, are you going to pull my truck? Do I get this ride, passenger princess? That man was so embarrassed. He was blushing. I walked inside. I saw him go back to his truck, and I walked inside, took my shower. By the time I got out, he was gone.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Oh, yeah. I had a group in Memphis, Tennessee. I had these group of ladies of the night in the bathroom threatening to jump me because I was strutting on their territory.
You're getting business.
Baby girl, I drove here.
Said, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat. I'm not in the same line of work as you are.
Mm-hmm. And one of them passed me while I was in the diesel lane pumping fuel. I had my gloves on. I was just standing there waiting to fill up the truck. And she passed by and she's like, you sure do drive trucks. Okay, girl, go ahead and get it. She's like, I'm sorry.
I guess you do run into a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Never a dull moment.
You're listening to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Very special guest with us this evening. That would be Jennyfer Estrada. Now, what's it like? I mean, as I mentioned at the top of the show, we have a lot of female drivers, and a lot of people may be surprised about how many women are actually driving trucks. Is it any different for you out there, or is it just roll with the flow?
I don't think it's different. Obviously, there's a little bit more challenges because, I have to find a decent place to use the restroom when I need to. I have to be more selective with where I stop to sleep for safety. But other than that, I mean, just being a little extra cautious, I think it's the same. I don't get treated any different.
I'm sure you're glad about that. I guess it's redeeming.
Yes, definitely.
Now, being a non-CDL driver, I'm assuming you probably drive a lot of box trucks.
Box trucks, pickup trucks, flatbeds, anything under 26,000 pounds.
Yep. Well, do you have a favorite of what you'd rather sit in the wheel, step behind the wheel of, or does it matter?
I like the Mack trucks. When I drive, I've driven the cabin chassis only it was a Mack cabin chassis, and so far that's been my favorite truck.
What makes it your favorite?
And what's that?
I said, what makes it your favorite?
Well, I am 5'1", so those seats are kind of cozy. So I just sit in the seat, and my arms reach both the armrest on the door and the armrest comfortably on the side. So it was a comfortable fit for me. That's
important when you're on the road for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I picked up that truck in North Carolina, I believe, and took that to Oklahoma. And it was very comfortable to drive. I hope the person who drives that truck after me is not a big person or a tall person, because I can't imagine how uncomfortable they're going to be.
You left the seat forward.
I did.
That's cool. That's cool. You're listening to Jennyfer Estrada here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. And you were sharing with us before we got on the show, you worked for another Driveaway company that had some, well, how should we put this? Colorful stories about what happened there. We won't name the company, but tell us about some of the stories that happened with your previous employer.
There are so many, but this company I worked for before, they had a reputation for hiring anybody and anybody with a pulse. So we had a lot of drivers that, first of all, had no business driving trucks. Second of all, they had no business driving CDL trucks, for that matter. But over a course of 6 months, there were so many accidents that because of these drivers that got hired on quickly, and just because the company needed the drivers, and obviously the DOT number had a bunch of hits on it, but we had some colorful people, some people that were straight out of jail, some people that should be in rehab.
Gotcha. And you had non-CDL drivers driving CDL units.
Yes, sir. And I was privy to one situation, because I was friends with the wife, where the driver had an accident. State troopers asked him for his CDL because the truck was obviously excess weight. It was, those trucks that have the ball with the hook?
Oh, yeah.
That lift the stuff up? I forgot what those are called. He was driving one of those, and it was pretty heavy, and they asked for his CDL. He said, I don't have it. They asked, you have at least your CDL permit? He said, no, I don't have it. It's like, is your boss aware that you don't have a CDL? He said, yes, my boss is aware I don't have a CDL. They called our boss, and he denied not knowing that he didn't have a CDL.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that caused a hit. But, I watched drivers. We used to get grouped together a lot. and we would get put into these tow vehicles. The ones used to, for the drivers to transport back and forth in between loads.
Yeah, tow behinds.
And oh my goodness, the conditions of these tow vehicles, man, we were out here looking homeless. We already look homeless sometimes, walking around with a suitcase and our luggage and our bags and everything. These cars made us look like we were homeless, like struggling homeless people. Now picture 4 or 5 drivers getting out of one of these vehicles
piled into
at
one
a time.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Now, speaking of CDLs, you got your course coming up in September. Was that right?
Correct.
Well, we want to wish you the best of luck so that you can become a CDL driver and drive anything.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Thank you very much, Jennyfer Rodriguez Estrada, for joining us on the Six Figure Trucker. But this is not the last you're going to hear from Jennyfer. Coming up next week, you're going to hear about how her skill, her imagination, and passion leads to another possible career for Jennyfer. We'll tell you all about that next week. Jennyfer, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.